Yo, what's up, boys? Hey yo, this were also sent in from Max Gaming. There is bunch of Nordic keycaps in there, or I wouldn't say a bunch, but there is a decent selection compared to what it was previously. Like a year or two ago, the only ones I found anywhere were like ducky ones, which are not that good looking, to be honest. Oh, you saw it in the last video already. Actually, Rubik, I would have gotten the one with an F row, but there wasn't one available in Max Gaming with that's full custom, so I didn't want the pre-built one, or what's it called, bare bones kit, where the PCB and stuff is already installed. So I kind of wanted to, for the video purposes, I wanted to get something that's basically full custom, so nothing is like a pre-built in that sense. No, I didn't lube my switches, so I got the Gateron Oil Kings, which are pre-lubed, and these are meant to be like quite good, considering the sort of what's the word, pre-lubed keycaps. YouTube is telling me that my bitrate is a little bit over the recommended amount. Let's lower it a little bit. Well, Ayo, I wouldn't have really gotten a custom keyboard unless we had a good, like, it's good for content, I think. I think the video might be interesting because I never built one myself, and the video is gonna be like me building it, but it's not too slow paced, the video, so and yeah, I also need a second keyboard for like work, so yeah. Actual benefit custom is a very premium feel. Yeah, I mean, this feels way more premium than any other keyboard that I've had before. This is the KBD 67 Lite R3, I think. Yeah, that one, yeah. Yeah, I think that if you loop the wooden switches, it's gonna be pretty great. But I've heard that just switching the case is not going to be make too much of a difference with the wooding. Hello, Cooler, how are you doing? I have this keyboard, but I tried Razer Huntsman Mini. I was going to check looped his wooding and I said it was better, but not as good as some others. Ah, okay, yeah, that's what I suspect it would be. There is something wrong with my monitor these days. I have this software that sort of automatically configures configures the brightness modes and stuff. So basically the user profile mode that I'm using, and it doesn't seem to work that well anymore. Because I use a different mode on Windows than I do on in-game. Holy shit, the volume is way too loud. Just came from Mumsale. I hope you were buying beer. Yeah, I'm not sure, like, it's not all about the sound for me. Like, I think the sound is not, like, the main reason for me. Just the feel is more important even, maybe. I like the Switch. These are actually quite heavy, so... they feel nice. Yeah, I haven't been streaming that much. Just kind of randomly last week and now, and before that it was like 2 months maybe or something. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm using the Aria at the moment. I can't aim, it seems, though. Absinthe, yeah, that helps always. That makes things a lot better. Are you still on level 10 grind? I haven't had that much time to play, so I haven't played, like, holy shit, any phase it in the... I don't know how long. What the fuck? I think my last phase match was like 3 months ago or something. Well, I just should start again though. Once I have some more time. My day job is... I'm pretty busy with my day job at the moment. Pretty easy to, like, the overall response feel is just completely different on the booting and this one. When strafing I can easily feel, like, how... what's the actuation point difference, for example, is super easy to tell. I'm using the... what is this? The Fantac Aria. I love tactile switches, but they also seem to be... yeah, I tried tactile with the G915 GKL. Or actually those were clicky. But I had no issues with them in CS at least. Bad way, of course, so this is not as fast as the moving is. Like way slower. I actually didn't update the firmware yet, so I necessarily do not have 1000 Hertz polling rate even in the keyboard, so... But I don't think it's necessarily the latency difference that I'm feeling, it's just the fact that the actuation point is so... slow compared to the booting. So in booting I have 0.3 and I think in this one it's like 2 millimeters or something. Like the Gather on All Kings. Oh my god, what a shot. It's always the most irritating thing when somebody just runs in with the deagle and pops you in the face. like behind the corner and yeah, just one taps you with the deagle.
Killing spree.
I actually upped my sense just a little bit ago. Wait, it's back. Okay, so I had 0.6, but I changed it to 0.7 again. So this is my old sense, but I lowered it at some point with some specific mouse, and I never remembered to put it back to 0.7, 1600 dpi. Yeah, I think the actuation point is gonna be the key. But I mean, the good thing about this is that this is gonna be in use for sure, no matter what happens. So I'm gonna use it on my work setup. If I mean, I definitely won't be using this on my gaming setup. That's like there is nothing beats the wooding. So. Other walkings, they are pretty heavy, so this is like quite a bit of a adjustment period compared to the wooding. So, but I actually prefer that these are a little bit heavier. So, because of the actuation point, it's super easy for me to like hold them in the middle. So I hold them like actuated for about 1 millimeter at all times. So I don't actually need to press them down as much to actuate the switch, if you know what I mean. So I'm kind of holding my finger on the key all the time, at least I'm trying, and holding them a little bit, like, not actuated, but pressed down. Oh, thank you, Gildeson. Thank you. Appreciate it, dude. I'm using the Fantacaria at the moment. After a long time of not using it. It's for sure one of my favorite mice. But it's also one irritating thing about this mouse is that when I haven't used it for about 2 weeks, there is like huge adjustment period all the time. So I wouldn't say I will say that it's a unique shape, but of course it's the Orochi clone, like, pretty much. But because Orochi is unique, this happens to be unique as well. So. So it's hard to like get used to this one after you've tried something like the Superlight or the Hardy S or anything like that. Pretty much any other mouse, and then come back to this one. There is always an adjustment period for me, at least. Yeah, X are nice. I still prefer the G305 more than this one, but it's a nice shape anyway. What? No, that was for sure. Crosshair was innocent. What? Let's, by the way, I'm gonna try how the Hardy S works when I stream, so is it gonna have any issues? Let's unplug everything else. Where's the music? Where is the music? Fucking... It's so irritating to toggle the switch. I don't get it. Why would you need this shit to put the mouse, turn the mouse on? Yeah, this one is the area that I was just using. Until then I can choose what mouse I want to... What the fuck is wrong with my RDS now? Let's put on some music. What? Something weird is going on with the mouse. It's like freezing every now and then. I need to check if I have the correct USB port plugged. I have to check if it's plugged in the correct USB port. Give me a sec, guys. Okay, I was muted. Nice. 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 I was only explaining 1 minute. Only 1 minute of discussion. Muted. Not too bad. But yeah, I was explaining that if you get the RDS 4K, be sure to use it in a USB port that's directly connected to your CPU, or at least in a separate USB host controller. Otherwise, even with the new firmware, it seems to be quite sort of easily, you know, interference and stuff. So at least for me, I get dropped packets and shit, and it froze like randomly just now before I switched the USB port. Yeah, this is the Zowie GSR SE Rouge. I actually like it quite a lot. This is the KPD 67 Light Art 3. SIS. You need to figure it out from your motherboard manual. Usually there is like direct information about that in there. Ei nyt oo kaljaa, tää on limu. Ihan perus limu vaan. Best mousepad, which one would you recommend? I think that some of the better ones are from Lethal Gaming Gear, and I absolutely love this GSR-SC Ruse and Vaxi PA, and Artisan Hayate Otsu version 2, Hayate Otsu Xsoft, Artisan Zero Xsoft, and whatever, pretty much. Soft is good. What else? I kinda like the high end, but not as much anymore. It's still good. But the Lethal Gaming Gear pads are like the best bang for buck mouse pads, pretty much, that you can get the OG ones. Tää on tää Laitila Limone, Limetti, tää on hyvä. Yeah, the blue one was like an old school GSR-SC. This is an improved version. The PA and the Rouge are the mousepads I can tell anyone to use. Yeah, yeah, these are good mousepads, like no matter what game. And these are actually like, these are safe recommendations. I mean, unless you really struggle with humidity issues. But the surface is like super safe, so there is control, but there is still not too much of friction for you to, you know, not have good time in tracking and stuff. So, yeah, easy recommendations, I think. I don't know how much people do suffer from humidity with these, but I myself at least didn't suffer that, do not suffer at all. I'm using 0.7 cents with 1600 dpi. My sprays are god tier.
Rampage.
I actually just increased my sense back to 0.7. It was 0.6 for quite a while.
Ultra kill. Unstoppable. Wicked sick.
Run into my crosshair, please. Yeah, it doesn't freeze anymore. It's kinda irritating that you have to do this, but at the same time, it's a 4000 Hertz mouse and it's not a Razer product, so the chances that the G-Wolves were able to get this out without any issues for anybody are like slim to none. I played it in a caravan. No real change. Ah, okay. Hien mid. I don't have it. I have the Hien Xsoft and the soft. I like them, but not quite as much as the Hayate Otsu Xsoft, maybe. I'm not sure. Not quite sure. I need to try it some more. I haven't actually used it in a very long time. But it's like the GOAT tier mousepad if you want something that's rough and fast. I haven't played Face It in I don't know how long, like really properly. I think I'm level 8 now after my last games, but I should be easily getting to 10 when I start, if I start playing again. With a full-time job and YouTube videos and shit, I don't have that much time to play sadly anymore. I thought you played way higher sense, like 30 centimeters. I used to play with a very high sense. I don't know how much it is now, but I used to play with 25 centimeters 360. I haven't checked how much it is now, but I've lowered my sense quite a lot in that. Ever since I went to 1600 dpi, I think I lowered my sense. Yo, Bakata, how are you doing, dude? Is the high end more rough with the mid? But yeah, roughness, it does mean that more control. That's what I've been saying for the... I don't know how long. I think since the first time I tried rough pad, I started like talking about that. Everybody was just talking that the high end is too fast and there is no control. No, this does not. What? Ah, the keyboard. No, no. I don't think it even has 1000 Hertz at the moment. Close to sandpaper, okay. The zero mid feels so bad that I haven't tried any other mid since that. No. Where the f— oh, I got shot from there. Yo, Liquid, how are you doing, dude? Yeah, the mid base, at least on the zero, was pretty... what? Pretty bad. What? I thought that was a headshot and stopped aiming at him. The keyboard doesn't feel that bad, to be honest. Like it doesn't feel crazy like the booting does, but it doesn't feel like horrible. Like I could definitely use this. But I guess the key would be that why would I use it when I have the booting?
Rampage.
My aim is super inconsistent at this moment in time. All of my hours in Constructs. Ah. Yeah, there's a lot of those people that only play Dust 2 pretty much. I actually hate Dust 2. Like it's... what? I shot him twice in the face through the wall or something. I disliked Dust 2, especially in CSGO quite a lot. Actually, I would say that most of my games are in the map that I played the most is for sure Inferno. And then most likely like Mirage. And I used to play a lot when Cash was like in the pool, so... also Cash. Toss got it back, what? Holy shit. How would I not know that? This keyboard is using the Gatheron Oil Kings. Okay. I couldn't flick that small amount. Gobble is goat map. Actually, I used to play Cobble quite a bit as well. I don't remember. There's been like millions of versions from Cobble as well. What? Oh, I thought that would have been a hit for sure. Oh. Why were I thought I hear sounds from behind me. Okay, let's try and debug a little bit. So I actually want to know how I managed to get the hardest to freeze. Let's see if it starts freezing now that I plug my area in. No freezing as of now, at least. That was a nice deagle headshot. What the... Oh, I hit my... accidentally hit my area then.
Dominating!
Yeah, I don't know, now it doesn't freeze at all, at least.
Killing spree.
I heard somebody there, but he wasn't peeking at the right time. That would have been a nice spray transfer. Let's try the area again. I wonder, is it actually double clicking at 0 MS? Let's see.
Dominating!
Is it hot swap build? Yeah, it is. Gasket mounting. I actually have no clue about keyboards, so... I think... Isn't the GMMK Pro like a gasket mount? And the Keychron Q1. How's the custom? It feels really nice, to be honest. Like the keyboard is... The overall feel is super nice, but it's not a modding keyboard for like gaming, so... Way worse than wooding for CS or any other game. I could try like Apex. I don't think Apex had like that much hectic movement than CS, like all over the place. Like I'm not strafing left to right as I'm shooting in that game or anything like that. What? That was a decent spray.
Killing spree.
I was using the Hardy S Plus 4K and now I'm using the Fantac Aria. It's like, it's pretty impressive for the price that it has. Like, it's definitely not like, doesn't... the Roach even feels more premium than this one, to be honest. But, yeah, the Orchi has a little bit cheaper internals than this one for sure. What? Okay. Oh shit. Can we get a sound test of the new keyboard? It's pretty hard to do with... I can do it soon. It sort of has to be off camera, as my microphone is kind of set up differently than my camera is at the moment. But those will be included in the video that I will be doing soon. Next week should be out the sort of the building of the keyboard. I think I will do like a separate video where I talk about like gaming more. I haven't been able to play that much in the past 2 weeks or a week, so I don't have enough gaming experience with this as much as I would like, I would say. Why the fuck do I have this pistol, by the way? No, nothing over the wooding in terms of like just overall gaming. But the experience is much better, like typing experience and sound than on the wooding. But I don't think anything will beat the wooding in terms of like just gaming experience. Rapid trigger is just too good. Do you play Face It? I haven't played like comp matches in CS in a long time, as I don't have that much time at the moment, sadly. I have a nice day job that I like, and it's usually a little bit over 8 hours per day even, so... What? Oh, he died, I think. Can we get a sound test of the new... yeah, I already answered. Wooding is definitely still worth, as I mentioned, but it's the best.
Killing spree.
I wonder when the next keyboard will be that actually can even match the wooding in terms of like responsivity and stuff.
Dominating. Killing spree. Rampage. Monster kill. Ultra kill. Unstoppable. Wicked sick.
Now my monitor suddenly turned up brightness. What the fuck? Nice inventory, thank you, thank you. It was a little bit expensive to buy the butterfly now. Let's just say that. Final meme keyboard. I've got no clue what they will do with the keyboard. It will be funny to see though. I doubt it will beat the Wooding. Those guys are just way too good at like engineering. Like what Wooding has been able to do with like software and firmware level is impressive. I don't think like Final Mouse has done nothing like that ever, so they have innovated in terms of like mouse shell, so they're the first ones to make the honeycomb design, super lightweight mice. Then they made magnesium mice. I don't really care if it's the mouse is magnesium or plastic as long as it weighs. It's quite lightweight. But they haven't really done anything in terms of like performance, firmware, software or anything like that, so that's why I have zero faith in them beating Wooding. But definitely interesting to see what they will do with it, because I've got absolutely no clue what they would have cooking. For mice, I think they're gonna make a new shape at soonish. But even that's not certain, of course. What's my AWP skin? Asimo, yeah. I'm using now the Fantech Aria XD7. Getting revealed this year. Ah, okay, that's gonna be nice. I think they had some people they sent prototypes already like this summer or something. At least I saw some tweets that they were asking for the best keyboard reviewers or keyboard testers for feedback, but not sure if they actually sent the prototypes. How do you choose what mouse to main if there are so many good ones? I just basically pick one. I think that if you're trying to evaluate between like 7 good mice, it's gonna just take you too long of a time to do it. Like if you want to evaluate it properly. I would just pick one and stick with that decision. It's gonna end up being the best choice long term. I think like the main issue with what people choose as their main these days, especially, is that people just choose whatever, like, what's in their preference currently. So let's say that this is my 4th mouse that I've ever owned, and the first one was like let's say Zowie FK2. The second one was G-Pro Wireless, and the third one was Superlight. And then I buy the Fantech Aria. So, what are your thoughts? Like, am I gonna instantly like the Aria? Most likely not, because it's so much different than the mice that I've previously tried. So then people get into the conclusion that, okay, yeah, this mouse is not for me. It's not my shape. Doesn't fit my grip style, doesn't fit my hand size or something. Rather than properly testing it, they just get to the conclusion too fast, and they end up not exploring all the options that are available for them. But that being said, I don't think you even should consider like all the options. Like, I would just use the first mouse that sort of even comes to my hand. For example, if I buy the Superlight, I could use it forever, pretty much. Ah, yeah. Yeah, I don't know, I kinda need to even get you fingertip grip some mice at some point, like properly. I've been like toying with it and playing some with fingertip grip, but never using it for like consistently for like week or 2 even, so Would be a fun video to test, like I tried fingertip grip or something, and these are the results. I think the result would be the exact same, or that I would play worse than I do now, but it's still a fun video to make at least. But yeah, I think claw grip is the best grip with these. Where you get the keycaps? I got these from Max Gaming. So these are PBT fans, black on white keycaps. Yeah, I wouldn't use tilt grip if it doesn't feel comfortable. For me, like, the main reason for me to use tilt grip is that it feels super comfortable. Like, it's easy to do for many kind of a movement. Left to right flicks, you know, whatever. Like long flicks, short flicks, micro adjusting, even with claw. That's the main reason why I would use tilt grip. And I actually tilt my wrist pretty much with all of my, so even with the Aria I have a slight tilt grip. I actually realized this just some time ago that I pretty much automatically tilt when I grip a mouse. These days. It seems that iTaktech has changed something in me or something, I don't know. What's your CSGO Valorant rank? I haven't played ranked in CSGO or Valorant. I actually played one short match, I think last week, so I might have a rank now. But it's been a while since I played any comp matches. For the lack of time, sadly. My sensitivity is 0.7, 1600 dpi. What? Oh, I thought the first shot was gonna be a headshot, but no. The increase in sense definitely like has made me less accurate long range, but it will be a matter of time once I get used to it. I noticed that it's hard for me to hit shots from pit to A, like near sight, and it's hard for me to hit those B platform dark shots as well. And even that's like quite long for this feeling. Is that your main mousepad? No, I've been sort of getting back into it. I haven't used it in a while, so I just took it out and I enjoy it quite a lot, so I just started playing with it. I've been using the Hayato Otsu Exoft so much that I needed to change now. You only play deathmatch. I mostly play, like, if I play proper, I play Apex. But for testing, like, Peripherals, I play deathmatch, yeah. And even, actually I haven't had that much time to play even Apex. Yeah, it's that keycap set. I think it's 100 euros. I'm using now the the Hardias Plus 4K.
Dominating! Killing spree.
Oh no.
Dominating!
Yeah, I had the Easy to Be. Zowie actually sent me that one like ages ago. I don't remember when they sent it to me, and they only told me that it's a different color and that it has the Zowie speedy skates installed by default. So it felt like different to me, but I didn't quite realize what it was. So in a blind test, I wasn't able to tell the difference in weight to the Easy 2B and the Easy 2C. So it's quite funny. And the difference is actually quite large, I think. I think the Easy 2C is something like 80 grams and the Easy 2B is maybe like 92 or something. I don't know exactly, but... Yeah, the amount of like control you have in your mouse with your palm definitely like has a huge impact in how you feel, like how important weight is in mice. So for example, even with the HDS plus 4K, I have this like I control a lot of the mouse with my palm. Although it's like super lightweight, I do this basically with all the mice. I feel that in CS I just need this kind of control for like precision. Otherwise I just feel like I'm all over the place. As I'm now, but even more so. No. I don't actually remember I don't know who is my contact. I talked to them via Twitter quite a bit, like the main account. They just suddenly started sending me stuff. But I know the name Edwina, so I think... I don't know. But yeah, the name sounds familiar, so I think that may have been my contact. Yeah, I don't think I will be playing PUBG ever again. How many? 500 tracks, I think this is starting to be like quite a bit enough. I don't have any referral codes for Max Gaming. I don't think they have those enabled yet. They told me that they would have them at some point, but no clue when they are coming in. Oh shit. KBD 67 Light R3 with Gather on Oil Kings and this PPT fans keycap set. Come on, spray, come on, nice. No headshot though. Oh fuck, I shot him in the face with the wall. Come on, spray. I'm not sure if I'm gonna build more keeps. Let's see. It's really hard because I think this should be fine enough for my... I mean, this is really good feeling for work, so this is most likely gonna end up being on my second setup, my work setup, and then the wooding will for sure stay on as my main gaming keyboard. What? No! Yeah, the feeling is really good. Like, typing experience, the sound, everything is much better than with any other keyboard that I've had previously. And I do like the switch as well, especially because I didn't have to loop it and it feels this good. Like the previous keyboard that I had the best experience with was the GMMK, glorious GMMK2. With the glorious, was it Lynx switch or something? But this one is way better than that. These are the Gather-on Oil Kings. Stop! Oh holy shit! Again, I hit him through in the face to the wall. What is he doing there? Walk in my bullets, please. Have tried SteelSeries Apex Pro. I tried the TKL version. Way worse than booting 2HE. I want to pull my knee board with all kings. I'm still waiting for my group by the finish. Ah, okay, yeah. These... Yeah, I don't have much like... So there is not much that I can compare these with, to be honest, so... they feel much better than... They feel much better than the glorious ones that I tried. Gather-on Milky Yellow Pros are good too if you can't afford Oil Kings. These Oil Kings were surprisingly cheap though. Like at least on Max Gaming. I think like they weren't that expensive. I've seen quite a lot of hype about them, so I thought that these would be super expensive, but they weren't that expensive. The keycaps are the PBT fans, black on white keycaps. GSRC Rouge is even more expensive now, 40 euros. I think, yeah, but I think Max Gaming prices are pretty weird. Some products are there like really expensive, some products are super cheap. It doesn't make much sense. Let's see in Finland what I can get it for. Yeah, I've had the Saturn and the Venus Pro for I don't know how long, like pre-production samples, but I didn't want to make any. I don't want to make reviews with pre-production samples, like very early pre-production samples. It's 40 euros even in Finland, so it does seem like it's more expensive now. Ah, okay, Ancient. Okay, let's see Max Gaming. What's the price? Like, it's also hard for me to compare because I don't know that much. So it's 89 cents per cap per switch. Let's see. Or wait. Yeah, I think it's per switch. Well, these are one of the most expensive here. There are some like 93 cents. €1. The Black Ink version 2s. Aren't these Black Ink version 2s worse than the Oil Kings? Get on Black Ink version 2, because people recommended those as well, but then they mentioned that the Oil Kings are much better. $0.89 is more on the premium side. Ah, okay, yeah. How is Speedy Skates compared to Vaxi? I haven't really that directly compared them. But they are significantly faster than the Zowie stock skates, so there is a large difference there. I think they are faster than the Vaxi stock feet. But not actually 100% sure about that. Yo, Arctic, how you doing, dude? Yeah, these are like on the higher end, to be honest. But there are some like really expensive. Silent Black Ink version 2s are €1.12 on Max Gaming. I started editing the keyboard build video, but it's so it took me like 3 hours. But some of that was that I was learning how to, or understanding how to loop the switches and how to build the entire thing, because I didn't watch really any guides before I started doing it. I did watch the Too Much Tech stabilizer looping guide, or parts of it at some point, because I didn't want to make any mistakes and having to do that again. CLPC are very premium. 2.5 euro per switch, that's a lot. Milky Yellow Pro is like, holy shit, that's cheap. Yeah. I think on Max Gaming those might be more expensive, but there are some 50 keycaps for 50 cents, for example, 46 cents. 33 cents, yeah, some are super cheap for sure. Yeah, Milky Yellow Pros are 36 cents here, so quite a lot cheaper. Why are you still on Aria? I like the Aria quite a lot. I think it's a really solid buy because it's quite cheap. So it has good performance. The shape is really good. It does feel cheap, but it is cheap. So like the clicks are good. There is no issues with the build quality, but the coding doesn't feel premium whatsoever. So it does feel quite cheap in hand. But yeah, what can you expect for what is it? It's like 60 euros, 70 euros. Apple grips, they are included, I think. I don't like grips. So the issue with grips is that usually they add like thickness a little bit, and I most often do not enjoy the feel of those included grip tapes. Those are not like very good quality. I'm not sure even if I tried the Arias, but I think I will have the same issue with those. I'm owning the Pulsar X2 Medium and Razor Viper V2 Pro. I don't think you can feel it. The main thing that you can feel is you won't feel the latency difference. I can almost 100% say that, but you might feel a difference in how responsive they are. For example, if your X2 Medium clicks are heavy and your Viper V2 Pro clicks are super light. So that included with the latency difference can make like them feel more responsive on the Viper V2 Pro. Yeah, it's not really an issue. Or also as well that if you are using the X2 with like higher debound setting, then you can feel the difference. I think that is the default like 10, so then you can feel the difference for sure. How are the SteelSeries headphones? They are actually really good, but I've been using in-ears. I have the what are these? I'm so bad with the names. I think these are the Truthier X-Crinacle Pros or something. I don't know. These are the ones that Fresh Reviews, for example, recommends, I think. Some people were telling me in my Discord that these are really good. So I'm testing these and the Sal Note Zero or something. Excellent for $50. Yeah, I think that people are like for gaming specifically. I think that you can get like really good stuff for just like that price. I don't think it's necessary for you to buy like $100 IEMs or even a DAC cam setup. Like these days, the internal DAC cams on the motherboards are pretty good already. You just need an EQ, I think. I can't use IEMs though. Yeah, I mean this feels weird. So this is the first time that I'm streaming with IEMs, and it feels really weird. So I haven't like recorded audio or anything for my videos with IEMs, so it feels super weird. Hard to talk almost. What does your custom keyboard cost? Let's check it out. So actually I don't know how many switches I got because these were sent to me, but let's see. So I got the KPD fans, a base set. Wait. So I got this keycap set. I suspect that the black on white is the same price. Yeah. So this is actually already pretty expensive. So then I have these switches. I don't know how many I got, but some were actually broken out of the box even, or I broke some during the install, so the pins are fucked up on these. And then this sort of the, what is this called? DIY do-it-yourself kit is 130 euros. So I don't know, it's like, it's not that expensive. 270 euros or something. Yeah, so 300, 270, something like that, yeah. They actually gave me the option to, I could have gotten the Keychron Q1, which is more expensive than this one, and also the GMMK Pro, it's even more expensive. But people told me that I can get the, I can make this one sound much better than either one of those with just the kit that it provides. So that's why I got this one. The Hook X are a little bit better. Aren't those like super expensive? Yeah, the Pulsar X2 Mini is good. Wait. I thought those were included, those. Ah, okay, so I think, yeah, they sent me this one as well, so I thought those were included, but yeah. So holy shit. The keycap costs 120 euros or something. Oh my god. Yeah, I have so this base set and this one. Keycorns definitely take more to sound good. If you want a marble sound, I don't know what that means. Speaking of keyboards, it's actually quite decent. I've seen those keyboards, and they have also mice. Let's see. Doesn't seem like I have those keyboards at least. Wait, I'm pretty sure that I've seen that brand. Ah, you meant Giganti. Okay, okay. Yeah, that's where I've seen them. I wonder, are these like any good? 33 to 27. 45 euros. It looked like garbage, to be honest. No see. Okay, this doesn't look that bad anymore. It's dirt cheap. As new 35 euros. Holy shit, it's cheap. Keycaps are insanely expensive. Yeah, that's what I've heard. But I didn't know that like these pretty. I think this is like a pretty standard set, so it's not one of those expensive ones grouped by shit. Yeah, GMK keycaps and stuff. Yeah. I'm for sure not reviewing this keyboard. I mean, keyboard reviews are not too interesting for me. For sure, I'm not reviewing this one. Yeah, I remember Myonix as well. I hear that they rebranded at some point, so I think they are making like different stuff now. Ah, they still have their mice. Are they still selling this shit? Myonix Pro. Oh, well, it's still wired and it costs 70 euros. Holy shit. Myonix is actually sponsoring Godsend. Do they still have a CS team? Godsend. Oh, fuck, Liquid Furia is going on at the moment. Looks as if Yekindar is dominating, and Caserado as well. Yeah, Myonix was a Swedish brand, I think, or is a Swedish brand. But they still seem to be alive. What are your thoughts on the Cooler Master MM720? I dislike the shape a lot. I can't use it myself. Pretty high for my Saturn Pro. Yeah, it's definitely a good, gonna be a good mousepad. I've used mine for quite a long time. I'm just waiting for the production sample to make a review. I wonder what they actually sent me. I didn't realize that they're gonna make those square versions as well. Let's see which one they sent. Where do I find it? Here. So they sent me the standard one, luckily, because I actually do not like the... Well, I do like the square version, but it looks weird on B-roll, I think. I like it on B-roll that, you know, you can see the front, the sort of the top and the bottom edge of the mousepad. And with my camera and my setup, it's hard to make the 50 centimeter long or high square size fit to the shot. So it's like the front of it doesn't fit completely the shot, so doesn't look that good in my opinion. But otherwise it doesn't really like cause any issues, of course. But this size, even the GSR-SC size, is like pretty much perfect for me. I don't use that much of my mousepad. Yo Mark, how you doing, dude? Or Marcy, sorry. Misread your name. I didn't even misread it, but because there is... I can't show you the... Actually, wait. So there was a little bit of an accident with my second monitor. Let me show you guys. My second monitor is just a slight bit scuffed, let's say that. So you can maybe see it. I was like holding these. You know my thumbnails. They have that orange background, so I put a thing here where I would have this backdrop laying down from my monitor, and it basically broke the screen. But yeah, that's my second monitor for now. It's alright, I mean, it's my old monitor, so it's okay. Yeah, I'm more of a wrist aimer for sure. GSR-SC Ruse is quite good, for sure. I like both feature, but the Saturn is less controlled than the GSR-SC Ruse, I would say. GSR-SC Ruse is also smoother, so they are both good. If you struggle with humidity, some people have said that the GSR-SE still suffers with humidity issues, but I haven't actually experienced any myself, at least. It was a good monitor, but at least it was cheap. So it's the MSI MAG 251RX, my previous monitor. So it's like 25-inch, 240 Hertz monitor. Would you consider 3? No, that's not fast. That's super slow. This is the KPD 67 Lite R3. It feels really good, like it's definitely the best keyboard I've tried so far. I can't believe how expensive those keycaps are. Yeah, I mean they are really expensive. The only comparison I can make are I have these I think they are Ducky Joker keycaps. I can link these on the chat. Actually, I can show you guys. So you have most likely seen these on my what's it called? On my Wooding 68G. So this is the only, like, I don't know, these are not for sure premium, but this is the only keycaps that I can compare these two. Did you get Lobos heirloom in Apex Legends? I don't have any heirlooms yet. No, I'm not Deutsch. I don't know exactly what's my DPI. Let's get a counter. So my DPI is 1600. Sense 0.7. 1120. It used to be way more. I think I had like I think I played with 0.85 at some points. So my sense has gone down quite a lot in the past year maybe or something. I'm stuck. I'm torn between sticking to custom for gaming or trying out Wooding. If you get any gaming keyboard, get the Wooding 68G. There is no way to get anything, no like real point to get any other keyboard. And I would say that if you play like TaktTech, Valorant or CSGO, the Wooding keyboard is going to be like a really good upgrade for you guys. But if you mainly play like Apex or something like that, I don't think the Wooding is that much of a benefit for those kind of games. Do you have any contacts with companies who supply you with goods? Yeah, I have quite a few contacts. Most companies, I know some people from the R&D departments, but with the newer, smaller ones, I only know the PR guys. But now that I have some good tools, I've actually been helping quite many companies with their products. So, for example, I've been testing different mice and how they perform. Just basically the performance part. So they sent me a sort of late pre-production sample, so almost a production sample, and they let me test the firmware, and I'll tell them that if it's good or if it needs getting better, if it needs upgrades or something. Which basically then means that when you guys buy the mice, they're already optimized, so you don't need to wait for improved firmware in terms of click latency or sensor performance. So I get to test them early, and you guys get the products like optimized when you buy them. Kiitti. Do you think adjusting to Lamsu Atlantis should be pretty easy if I've been on the S2 shape for years? I don't think it's that easy from S2. At least I like the S2 shape, but I don't like the XM1 or the Lamsu shape that much. Yo, Volos, how are you doing, dude? I'm doing fine, thank you. The companies don't have the tools to test it themselves. No, they don't have... I mean, I doubt any company has... Any of those smaller companies have the LDAT. So with LDAT and... Like, surprisingly, not that many people actually know how to use the LDAT properly, like... Yeah. Like, with LDAT you can do so much, but most people do not seem to understand how to use it to test peripherals specifically. Hello, runner. Yeah, Rascal. Okay. Yeah, it's still, of course, possible that, I mean, even if you have the same exact hand size, the same exact grip, you prefer the same mice than I do, it's still possible that there is a mouse that I prefer and you don't, than the other way around. So I wouldn't say that, I can't say that for sure that you will not enjoy the Lamzu. M42 is insane for sure, yeah. Been using the IKEA mousepad for 2 days. The IKEA mousepad is very good for the price. Like, it's hard to argue that there is a better mousepad for the price. Some people like heavier mice, some lighter. Yeah, that's true as well, but I think that's more of a... Well, actually, everything is pretty much just a matter of getting used to it. I think the main issue for a lot of people is that they do not spend enough time to get used to a new mouse. How's your IEM adventure going? I'm using these TigerArc X Crinacle Pros, or I don't know exactly where they call that, but these are now really good. I like pretty much the best surprise I've had and the best experience I've had is I paid 15 euros, I think, or something, 17 euros for the QKC VK4s before they made those changes to the headset, so the previous revision. And those sound like pretty boring, so they are not good for music, but they are insane for gaming. So it's really easy. The imaging is surprisingly good, and because the sound is so flat, there is no bass, no overpowering bass, so you can easily hear like footsteps, even if somebody's shooting right next to you. I was happy to see you and Fresh talking on Twitter. It would be cool to see you guys play some Apex if the ping wasn't so bad. I don't think the ping is even the issue. Mainly the issue is, I think, the time difference. Like I've been meaning to play with Carlos quite many times, but it's just hard to set it up because he plays at completely different times as I do. Will you release a video with latency testing of your mice? Missed live stream. Yeah, I will. I will include more of those. But yeah, I kinda fucked up with that, so I didn't realize that my Twitch stream didn't have VODs on. At this moment, it's 11 o'clock, 11 p.m. So yeah, you need time to, yeah, exactly, I think. 3 p.m. It's not that bad, actually, then. So if I would, like, stay awake for a couple of more hours. When are you getting LA1? I think next week at some point. I'm not sure when exactly, but I just received the tracking, I think, yesterday or today, actually. Let's see. Wednesday, so not that long, actually. Next week, Wednesday. Deathra V3 Pro feels really nice to use. Yeah, it's a super nice mouse. Yeah, this is the GSRC Rouge. Got myself a pair of zeros on the way from Zenshin. Yeah, just calling it a zero is... aren't there like... There is the Sal Note zero. Then these are zeros. I don't know. IEMs are so weirdly named. Yo, Rai, how are you doing, dude? Did you contact Lamsu, by the way? I think it will be something special. I mean, are you excited? I'm excited for sure. It's a little bit bad. The timing is not the best for them. So they've been designing the mouse for quite a long, and they've been quite Little has been quite open about the design, and so there is now the X2 Mini, the X2, the Lamsu. So there are just so many mice in the similar shape and size category. So it's interesting to see how the shape is actually. It's alright, right? I guess you will make them a video or something. Good control pad, I think, is the new GSR. The old ones are so bad compared to the market nowadays. Do you mean did they actually change the GSR? Promo vid. Ah, okay, nice. I think you owe me one, so you will have to edit one of my videos. So I will send you a video that I have been adding all the B-roll, all the talking head, everything together and cut it, and then you just add some edits and stuff. Would that be okay? Because I would actually want to know how somebody who is good at editing would edit my videos. I actually like editing myself, but sometimes I'm just way too busy to do it. For example, in the latest video, I barely did any edits at all. Okay, that sounds good, yeah. Oh, thank you. Do you plan to review Little Gaming? Yeah, I do. It's coming in next Wednesday. Yeah, that's what I was talking about when I was talking about the bad timing. So yeah, the timing is not the best for them. So I think if they released the mouse before the X2s and the Lamsus, it would be a little bit different. But now there is definitely less hype for the LA1 than there would have been if they were released before. The Ruse is softer. Ah, you mean the Ruse? I thought you were talking about the GSR, not the GSR SC. Okay. Yeah, I will review the Pro Mousepad for sure. I pretty much do not even need to try them because I've tested these so much, the pre-production samples that I have. I just need to confirm that the production ones feel the same. FedEx Customs is a pain though. You need to email them and ask for how much, ask the details. You can, at least for me, Lamsu didn't declare the mouse at full price. So you can, Lamsu might have declared it to you with 20 euros or 20 bucks. So the customs fees are not that bad then. I wonder if they will have the Max Gaming stock for the LA1. I think they will, yeah. From what I saw, the Saturn Pro might be better than the Zero. They are, I wouldn't say better, they are different, but I mean, it's hard to say that one mousepad is better than the other. I think the Saturn Pro is a very balanced mousepad, and it's a little bit slower than the Zero. So I think it's more for those CSGO enjoyers, but it's also very good for anything tracking based. So it's just a super balanced mousepad. But more optimal for CS than the Artisan Zero, for example. Ah, okay. You use arm sleeves when you play? Yeah, almost always. Also, if the price will stay similar. the Pro Pads will cost more than the original ones, so I think the Pro Pads will cost about 50 euros here in Finland. I have no clue what the US price is, but you can check it from Lethal. I think it should be about 50 bucks. What the fuck? What keyboard? I would the only gaming keyboard I would recommend is the Wooding 68G. Ah, LA1, okay, yeah. Yeah, I think it's gonna be more expensive than the X2s at least. The Lamsu is also, I mean... It's irritating that the Lamsu is 110 euros in max gaming for us Europeans, so we are getting screwed over again. And for NA, I think... is it available in Lethal Gaming Gear's web store? Let's see. Lamzu, no it's not. I think it's available at Addis. I think it's 90 bucks, but let's make sure. It's so, yeah, it's 90 bucks in the US, so us Europeans are getting screwed over again. We were getting screwed over with the X2 prices as well, but I tweeted and cried about them for Pulsar and Max Gaming, and they actually adjusted the price. So yeah, that's nice. The initial price was 110 euros, but they made it 99 euros. At least I think it was because I cried, because the next day after my tweet, it was adjusted. Yeah, right, you have to pre-order it, so yeah. That's the irritating part about Wooding. This is the Fantech Aria. I like the GSR Rouge quite a lot. It's not super fast, not too slow. It's good for, very good for CS. The only issue that I have with high sense is that sometimes it's hard for me. There is quite a bit of static friction, so it's hard for me to do any like micro adjustments sometimes. But you can easily adjust your sense to make that fixed, and also to get more used to the pad as well. What mouse are you using? This is the Fantech Aria XD7. I'm also using the Chivul's HDS 4K a lot. Tweet and cry about Lamsu too. I don't think it will be... Well, I can do it. Let's do it. Let's see if the price changes. Actually, I will tweet about that tomorrow. The keyboard is KP Defense 67 Lite R3 with Gateron Oil Kings. I have the Hertz version 2. Yeah, the Hertz version 2 is the same shape, but the Aria is a little bit larger, which is at least good for me. The Hertz is super small. I wouldn't say the Chivuls make their mice better like previously. Pretty much all their mice have had some issues that I've had, but the 4K one doesn't really have like that many issues. Sometimes, at least today for example, when I plugged it in, I had the dongle or the extender cable plugged into the same USB host control as every other device, so it was freezing all the time. So I had to change the USB port for it to make it work. So you have to do that kind of small debugging sometimes with the HDS Plus. But their previous ones have been complete garbage for me. Yeah, if you get a good copy, these are really good. The 4K one is super expensive though, so it's up to you. I mean, the good thing about how they have made it so that there is the sort of the the 1000 Hz cheaper version, the classic one, which is 100 euros, 100 bucks. Then they also have the Ace version, which is, I think, a little bit lighter. Actually, it's a little bit heavier, but it has a solid shell. And it's 115 euros. And then they have the 4K, which is 160 euros or dollars. So you don't necessarily have to spend as much money for the 4K if you don't want. It's hard to say. I most likely would not buy the 4K version if there was another one available for 120, 100 euros. I would most likely get the cheapest one. But at the same time, I mean, if I had never tried 4000 Hz, I would for sure buy the 4000 Hz version. Do you think we need to go above 4000 Hz on mice? I think that 1K versus 4K is a big difference rather than... Yeah, it's a bigger... 1K versus 4K is a bigger difference than 4K versus 8K in my opinion. I don't think it's necessary to go even above 1000 Hz for now, but when we get to higher Hertz monitors, it gets more important for the visual benefits. It's a good question, but I do not see it happening anytime soon that we actually would need 8000 Hz. I don't think they will change. The thing about the LA1 is that the price should be pretty similar in Europe and US. So the issue with the X2 was that the price was good for US customers, but it was garbage on Max Gaming for Europeans. So there is like, I don't know what was up with that, but yeah. Yeah, Arch version 2 is definitely a banger for the price. Did you try any of the MF series PureTrack mousepads? No, I don't really... I'm not too interested in reviewing mousepads these days, so I will only review like the ones that I know that are gonna be interesting in some sense, or very, very good. Usually the X2 might be a good wireless option for S2C users. Is there another quality option with similar shape? I think this, like, if you like the Zowie S2's shape, your best bet is to just use the wired version. Because the shape is not quite as good on any wireless one, and the X2 shape is not as good in my opinion. But the X2 I think is the highest quality option, but the shape is not the exact same. And you could also wait for the wireless Zowie S2. Have you tried the Andromeda? No, I haven't. Not too interested in trying it out. I hear it's a zero clone, so sounds like it's nothing unique. I can't blame you, did so many reviews about mousepads. Yeah. I still have the MPC 450 to recommend this. Yeah, the MPC 450 is a coated mouse, very good mousepad. Goated mousepad, I was gonna say. Yeah. It's one of my early favorites, and I think it's still very, very good. I'll die before the Wireless S2 is released. I've been using the X1 for almost 2 years, but I still have some days when I can't find a comfortable grip. Wonder if the LA1 will help with that. I think also, like, there are some mental things that can affect that, so... And specific things, like, for example, for me, sometimes in the mornings when my hands are, like, completely dry. My hands are not that sweaty, but in the mornings when they are super dry, some mice feel weird for me because they feel slippery and I can't find a grip. But I think that sometimes those can be mental things as well. So it's not so much about the shape or you or anything else, but it's just, you know, some mental things making you think, making you kind of feel that this shape might not be good for me anyway. Like for example, let's say that you have used a specific mouse for a year and then you hit a bad run, like let's say for a week or two, you don't get much sleep, something bad happens, you know, you don't feel that good, you're not mentally in the right place, and then you play CSGO for a week or whatever game you choose, you will of course perform much worse than you would if you were in not optimal shape. And then, like many people in the mouse enthusiast scene, what do you blame? You're of course gonna blame the mouse. Although everything else in your life has changed but the mouse. So you will blame the mouse and then you will switch, and switching the mouse can actually, you know, make your brain like you receive some new impulses and you get more excited every time, you know, whatever you buy, if it's a new product, you get that new excitement, sort of that honeymoon period that you get. So you can play like better for a week or two, then it goes back, and then you're in a vicious cycle of switching peripherals every 2 weeks. Stuff coming at me. I blame my setup and I adjust my keyboard, monitor, and mouse. But I think that's like still like it's not healthy or good, but it's like if you can like do it, just like adjust your monitor a little bit or a keyboard angle or something, that's completely fine. But if you're in the point that for 2 weeks you have to, every 2 weeks you have to buy a new mouse, then you know you're wasting a lot of money. I've been pretty good at not buying anything. I promise myself I'll only buy the XM2 wireless. Yeah. I think it's always the, like in 99% of the cases, the best, absolute best thing to do is not to buy a new mouse. Like, not to buy a new mouse or a mouse pad. Just stick with what you have. Almost always the best way, and get used to that. That's why, for example, the super light is such... I can't see where my super light is, but that's why the super light is such a good mouse to recommend, especially because it's available in Finland for about 99 euros, but pretty much anybody can use it. The performance is exceptional, so it's very, very low click latency, good motion performance. And it's easy to get, so if you break, for example, let's say I main a final mouse. If I break my final mouse, I need to send this to support the US, and it's gonna come back in like 2 months. So I'm basically 2 months without a mouse. But if I get a super light, I can just contact Logitech support. It usually goes a lot faster, or if I'm in a hurry, I just go and buy a new one. So yeah. I only have it in CSGO, but it's the only game I try hard. Ah, okay. The LA one is catching my eye. Yeah, the LA one is most... I think it's gonna be interesting for anybody who's gonna like XM1 mains. Yeah, and like it's about comfort as well. So when you're comfortable with your mouse, like people can say that they can get used to a mouse in 2 days, but there will be still situations, especially in a game like CS:GO, when you feel that when you are feeling the mouse in your hand and you're wondering that is my grip okay for this kind of like movement. So sometimes there are these small movements that you make, sometimes these larger movements, and there are times when you do make these different kind of movements that you don't make so often in game, and it can feel uncomfortable then, and basically you can't have that, especially if you play at high level. You can't focus basically on your mouse or the way you grip your mouse. It should be like there, and you should not even realize that you're holding it pretty much. Yeah, it's really hard to get out of the habit, that's true. Speaking of not buying any new mice, I can get the Hertz version 2 for 39. Holy shit, 39 euros. That's pretty tempting, yeah. I think like it's completely fine if you buy mice to just try them out. I think that's completely fine. It's a little bit different than buying a new mouse to expect this to bring me more performance like in game. I think that's the like the bad way to go at it. But I think it's completely fine to get like a €39 mouse and just, you know, out of interest, let's try the shape a little bit. Try how it feels, you know. Shadowline is a great game, you guys should try it. Ah, maybe I will. I'm actually struggling, I need to get some new games to play. I would have to send it back to Sweden for at least 2 weeks. Yeah, that's the issue, yeah. Leaf Pro Valorant player for Cloud9 had his finalized break land before the match and they sent someone to go borrow a streamer's. yeah, that's a mess. Always a mess when you have like a rare mouse. Had a really weird copy. That's interesting. Hello Daisy, how you doing? I mean, a big player going to LAN should always have a spare mice. Yeah, that's also true. That's also true. But you know, these players are young, and they actually, some players actually even forget mice. So they forget to bring their peripherals at LAN. XM2 Wireless Edge. Yeah, most likely mid Q4. I don't know when it's gonna be launched. Hopefully soon. Hey Pat, how you doing? Do you think the weight in a mouse is important? I think it depends on your grip style. Yeah, it's so dependent on your grip style. For example, with Claw, if you have a lot of palm support on it with the mouse, the weight is not that important. But I think it's the lower the weight, the more comfort you can have with it. The more longer you can play with it, the longer you can practice. So I think lightweight is important, but it's not that important for me. I'm not playing 8 hours per day, so yeah. And the shape is much more important than the weight still, of course. What are the specs on your keyboard? It's the KPD67 Light Art 3 and I have the Gateron Oil Kings. Looped stabs. Pretty much everything else is default. Is Gundam Evolution available in... I'm not sure. Yeah, I mean, at least CSGO pros, I don't remember who it was, but somebody, I think it was... Who again is the in-game leader for Heroic? I don't remember the name. It's not Cajun B, but it's something close. Cadian forgot his mouse. To some LAN. Which is pretty funny to be honest. How many LANs has he attended? Still forgets to bring his mouse. In many countries it's regional locked. Okay. Alternating between endgame gear X and 1R and the SteelSeries Rival 650 and I don't know which one to main. I think you're just better off just sticking with one. It's hard to evaluate performance between like two mice in a short term. So it might be that you have slept better, you are feeling better overall in those days that you've been using the 650 and then feeling worse when you've tried the XM1. How is Lamps in terms of surface compared to the new Razors? The Lamps' surface feels quite nice. It's not coated, but it does feel better to me than the Pulsar X2 surface, for example. I ditched the Viper V2 Pro for XM1R. Oh, you went the wired mouse from the Viper V2 Pro. I think it's getting late, so I think it's pretty much time for me to end the stream. Yeah, I'm excited for the Zowie Wireless. But yeah, I will end the stream now. I will most likely make a short tomorrow for... I'm making my top 5 mice video very soon, and I think in this short time, like, I'm just having 10. There are so many good mice that I'm putting 10 mice on the table and then dropping 5 out, and those last 5 are gonna be on my top 5 mouse video. But yeah, thank you guys. Have a good rest of your day. Have a good weekend, and yeah, most likely next stream is gonna be next week. Possibly. I can't promise, but let's see. Alright, yeah. Enjoy your weekends, boys.